Well, hello everyone. I thought I'd drop in today and talk just a little bit about something that's been on my heart. Last Wednesday night, we were driving to Pryor. A friend and I were going to exciting Eastwood Baptist Church to minister Wednesday night. Their pastor was out that night, so we went down there to minister, song and preaching, and we got to talking a little bit about where the church would be like in 15 years, what it would look like. And, I just got to thinking about that. We talked about some things, and, it's never really been about numbers. Some people think they count the heads and they think that that's successful ministry, and that's good for them. But we know in our hearts that it's each one who receives Jesus, and that's what's important. So anyway, I thought of an illustration that I'd show you, and you remember this illustration where here's the church, and here's the steeple, right? And open the door, and there's all the people, right? Well, what if your church looked like this? Here's the church, and here's the steeples, nice and fancy, and open the door, but there's no people. Oh my! And so, is that your church? So what we want to talk about today is why your church might look like this instead of like this. Okay, when I'd go back to when, as far back as I can go, I remember the presence of the Lord in my life, and I remember my parents taking me to church, and they would take me to church every Sunday, very faithful in doing that, and they'd hand me over to this church lady. And she was awesome. She was the leader of the children's church there. She taught me so many of the old hymns, and we'd sing them together. I remember one Sunday where, she asked for the tithes and offerings, and so I took off my bow tie, and I put it in the offering plate, and she just shook her head. That's not tithes, tithes and offerings. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so because they took me and to church. I became a member of the church. This lady introduced me to Jesus and his saving love, and just to know him and just to experience his presence in my life for so long has been so awesome. But, I've been one of these members of the church because my parents took me. And that's the point that I want to make, is that they... are you taking your children to church? Are you going along with them to church? Are you handing them over to somebody who can introduce them to the saving love of Jesus? Now, as a minister, I go every Sunday. I mean, for 40 years, actually, I've gone every Sunday and ministered, and I love doing that. I love going and being able to change the lives of the people that I love and the people of the church, and being able to allow God to change their lives. And that's what I do, and that's what I'm doing for a living now. And but when you think about it, aren't we all ministers of the gospel? Shouldn't we all be going to church every Sunday? And shouldn't that be what we do? Aren't we all ministers? Listen to that Great Commission when Jesus told us to all go out and minister and baptize and make disciples. And so my question is this our church? Are these the people that we're discipling? Or does our church look like this? Does the people, the sphere of influence that we have, are our people this our church, and is our church looking like this? So that's my question. That was what was on my heart today, and I just wanted to share that. So God bless you, and have a great day.